Hi guys, and today I'm going to be talking about the Sunderland 1 Wimbledon 1 match. But first, I just want to make an absolute roasting of the AFL. Why that game went ahead when we had 8 players out because of COVID. It's ridiculous. One tested positive, two is showing symptoms, and the other 5 were self-isolating. So, this is what happened with the team. Whilst we had to change things up last minute because of the COVID, we had injured players on the bench for the youth. Youth players that played on Monday, like it was on Tuesday, it was yesterday, if you get what I mean, where they played the day before, pretty much. So I run you through the team. There was a lot of players missing, and after I run through the team, I'll go through the players that were missing. So yeah, Labour was still in goal. Then it was it was pretty much the normal back four. Conor McLaughlin, Bailey Wright, Deron Sanderson came in for Tom Flanagan, who missed the game because probably the COVID, and Callum McFadden, who obviously deputising while Denver Hume's out injured, so that's fine. Then the midfield three, Josh Scowen did miss the game, but he was injured, so I'm not classing him. So it was um, Grant Ledbetter, Holden with George Dobson, Elliot Embleton either side, with O'Brien on the left, um, Diamond on the right again, with Will Grigg leading the line. Then on the bench we had Anthony Patterson, injured Jordan Wills, injured Lyndon Goot, Dan Neil, Oliver Younger, who just came back from injury and played the day before, Brandon Taylor played the day before, and Mitchell Carey played the day before. And then the players that were missing were Matthews, the likes of 09 and stuff were like missing, but they were injured. Matthews, the players that were missing due to the COVID was Matthews, um, Flanagan, Power, McGady, Maguire, White, and Graham. So them were the seven. I mean, Scan might have been one, but then were the 7 or 8 players that missed the game due to the COVID. So let's get started with the match review. The first half, we pretty much dominated them, like without creating anything really. We had one chance where Elliot Embleton, like Singheden, like rung and had a shot, and it was like really like unlucky. Probably should have went in. So yeah, then they got a penalty in the 40th minute. What a stupid decision from Callum McFadden. Why the heck he give the penalty away? Like he just pretty much sings and pulls him back up to obvious penalty. And like I said, me match preview, if you like, pick it the score 1-0. So was at the break, and then that's how it happened 1-0 to Wimbledon at the break. Then as soon as half time came on, into Lyndon Goots came on for George Dobson. It turned out Goots weren't fit and he needs 4 weeks, but it was nice to him anyway. He did nothing pretty much. So in the second half, it was pretty much more the same up until we scored. Obviously, we'll get onto that. Yeah, but we were just pretty much not peckering, but we were trying to do. We had one where someone passed to Ian O'Brien, and I think he miskicks it, but it beats the goalkeeper and just off the bar. So yeah, then we finally got our goal. A great cross by Jack Diamond, and then pretty much it was then to Bailey Wright, where Bailey Wright literally volleys it into the bottom corner, and it was 1-1, and I was thinking, come on lads, we can now win this game. What happens? Wimbledon start dominating. They had us one off the bar, they had loads where they came close, and pretty much we did make 2 subs before the end of the game. We thought Mitchell Carey on for Will Grigg and Jordan Wills on for Callum McFadden. And then in the last couple of minutes, the game just really stayed out, if you get what I mean, into a 1-1 draw after them had a chance where it pretty much went through. If someone got a touch, it was in. So yeah, there was one where Goots lost his man and pretty much comes in. He decides the wrong option. If he shoots it across the goal, it probably goes in, but he shoots it close to goal. What it means it doesn't. But in the end, with everything that happened, and that we're only 6 points off top, I will take the draw like last night. But after all this is sorted, we need to come back. So yeah, to win and ways. So I'm going to run through the team and I'll tell you how I think they've done. Labour, didn't really have anything to do, couldn't give the penalty, and if the one that was at the bar, if he got fingertips to him, was a good save. Conor McLaughlin was just average tonight. He weren't bad. He was average, like, it weren't bad but weren't great. So yeah, Bailey White did well, got a goal, was solid at the back. So yeah, Dion Sampson, I actually thought did really well. Managed to pick it well. He looked solid enough, and I do not say why. Like, I know he only played because of everything that happened, or Tom Flanagan would have played, but I do not get why. Like, we did not say more of him. So yeah, Callum McFadden was shocking last night. Really, every attack literally came down his side. He gave a stupid penalty away. What for me it was a definite penalty. So yeah, then in the midfield, Grant Lampert, for me, I felt like he was too passive on the ball and was trying to do too much. Like, at times he was doing like long balls for the sake of it, and I'm like, come on, mate, you're one of our best players, probably the best player that started. So play, just show your qualities, and didn't do that. Dobson, to be honest, I can understand why I got taken off at half time to get an extra time body on the pitch, especially being 1-0 down. But I just thought Dobson weren't that bad, if you get what I mean. He came in, like, tried to worked hard, like, at times he pressed the keeper at times and made it hard. So yeah, Elliot Embleton was pretty crap, like, but to be fair, although he was crap and nothing came off for him, and he could have scored, he was trying to make stuff happen. At the end, he was one of the players that was risking pretty much being like a bit guilty of overplaying, if you get what I mean, or trying to be too impatient, if you like. So yeah, Jack Diamond did do well enough. It was a cracking cross for the goal, and yes, he's really like sitting in his place into the team. So yeah, O'Brien, he had like, in the first 10-15 minutes, he had a decent start to the game, but he kind of phased out. And Will Grigg, where do I start with Will Grigg? He didn't even try. You thought, because White's having these issues with the COVID, with one player like being like singing, and you're like, this is his chance to like singing, impress maybe if the game goes ahead on Saturday, make him like be able not to pick him when White does come back, makes it hard not to pick him. But instead, he did the complete opposite. It made it easy for Leigh Johnson. If White's available, he'll now play. So yeah, then on the bench, Goats, you could tell we're match fit, but at least he played, if you get what I mean, and put himself in the team. Mitchell Kerry, if I'm honest, didn't really get much of a chance, if you get what I mean, and he was pretty nominal driver on the pitch, and John Wills actually came on and tried to make stuff happen. So yeah, so my final message to the AFL: do not play that game on Saturday. We're short of numbers and whatever, but yeah. If the game is on Saturday, I'll come back with my starting 11 on Friday or what. Well, that'll be interesting what I will go with if the game's on. But if the game's like not on, I'll come back like and do like my thoughts. But I'm pretty sure that everyone will be happy. He'll get some players back. So yeah, Leigh Johnson weren't happy that game didn't go ahead. And just to put up, I'm not blaming Leigh Johnson. He picked the players that he could. So yeah, so leave your thoughts on the game and your thoughts on this all like COVID situation at Sunderland. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and see ya.